All right. So good morning from Hong Kong. It's 9 a.m. in Hong Kong. And you can see this is the power of technology that I can do a very nice short webinar presentation before I go to work this morning. So thank you very much again for Joe and Hyold's invitation. And today I'm going to briefly introduce a new project that RILAE is embarking on. As you can see on the first slide, it's a language learner autonomy research digital repository that Joe, Heil, and I are currently working on. And we're currently at a preparation stage that we're drafting, submission forms and emails, and hopefully we'll send them out later this month so that, researchers, practitioners, they can start contributing to this repository. And today, my presentation's purposes are twofold. Firstly, I would like to introduce the features of this repository. And secondly, I think most importantly is to call for contribution. So I would really encourage you to submit your research materials, tools, or raw data after you listen to my presentation. And of course, as Hayo introduced, this is a big project, I think, and we need different people's help. And I'm mostly responsible for the coordination stuff, and Joe and Hayo, of course, will be the experts in the field of learner autonomy. I myself actually do not have a background of research on learner autonomy. My research interest is actually more focused on language assessment and feedback, but I'm very honored that Joe and Hayo have invited me to help in this project. And before this presentation, I have actually uploaded some of the project details to my ResearchGate website. And to my surprise, before the official announcement of this project, I have already gotten a number of followers from different parts of the world. I had a follower on this project from Helsinki, and I had followers from different parts of Japan, Nagoya, and also I think a number of colleagues at Kanda University as well. So I think it's a very exciting project, and people seem to be expressing interest in it. So let me just get started with the features. This language learner autonomy research repository comprises, I think, two very distinctive features. One is the open data and open instruments feature, which I will talk a little bit about. And then the other feature is a data article feature. So let me just start by talking a little bit about the open data and open instruments features. So the purpose of this repository is really to create and collect different research tools or materials or instruments, even raw data that autonomy researchers use in their research, so that we have a good collection of research data for other researchers or even practitioners to carry out their own analysis. And I think it's all part of this open science movement in which researchers are increasingly encouraged to make their raw data available when they publish their research and journal articles. And I think this is really helping to move different fields forward, especially in the field of learner autonomy, where there are still a lot of rooms for development, and there are a lot of discussions on the construct of autonomy and on the different instruments and tools that we can use to assess learner autonomy. So I think by reanalyzing existing data, or having a fresh pair of eyes and to conduct different replication studies, this could really help to move the field forward. So we would like to collect raw data, qualitative, quantitative data from researchers, no matter you are doing your research right now or you have already published your research in journals, in different forms, in theses, in monographs. We all welcome your contributions. And another feature is the open instruments feature. I think Hayo Joe will introduce another related project by RILAE, focusing on learner autonomy research instruments. So they have actually collected a preliminary list of instruments But for this project that I'm introducing, we're more interested in collecting not only large-scale psychometric tools that are widely available, but also more smaller scale, localized instruments designed for more specific purposes. For example, for me as a teacher, if I use some kind of instruments or tools to assess autonomy of my own learners, and I would be very interested to upload that tool or instrument to share, because it's more classroom based and it's catering for the different needs of learners and different teaching contexts. Okay. And another very, very distinctive feature, I think, is the data article. So when you contribute your data or contribute your research instruments, we'll also ask you to write a very short article, around 500 to 1,000 words, it depends, to describe the research data that you plan to use or you have already made available to the public. So basically, we would like you to explain to the readers or to the future users the importance of the methods and why you think the methods or instruments are suitable for answering your research questions, and tell us a little bit about the context of the study, or if the data you're sharing are qualitative data, maybe a little bit of background information about the participants, so that the future users are more informed of the context and the overall research design before they decide how to make the best use of the data and the instruments available. So as you can see here, this is the timeline of our project, and we're actually at the stage of drafting invitation email and submission protocol. We're making a Google form where people can, complete and submit files very conveniently. And hopefully by late November this month, we are going to send out invitation emails to, of course, RILAE community and other potential contributors. And then next February would be the deadline, the tentative deadline for contributors to submit the materials, the data articles, the data and instruments, things like that. And then we will spend some time, and hopefully we will collect a good pool of materials for review, for categorization, and for compilation, and of course upload to the digital repository. So all right, so let me just end this presentation by asking everyone a favor. We have been thinking about names and attractive names for our digital repository, and the three of us have come up with different names, and we're still thinking about which one to use, or any other new ones. I think there is the first one, Learner Autonomy Research for Analysis, LARA for the acronym. The second one is Repository of Learner Autonomy Research, POLAR, the acronym. And the last one is Learner Autonomy Search Engine and Repository, LASER. So I would appreciate if you could help us to, give us what you think about the names. And I would like to share this Google form link with you in the chat box. So for anyone who is here, we have 41 people here. Can you please click the link, within today, and just choose one that you like or suggest another one that would really help. I think a really catchy name is as important as the substance of the project. So I think that's it for my presentation. Thank you very much.